Hi everyone, welcome. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a very special read for you today. The cards are really beautiful and the read's beautiful, but my experience this morning was even more beautiful. I actually didn't go to sleep last night at all. I was still awake at 4:45 this morning, and I was going to just stay up and not sleep. And so I meditated and I fell asleep, which was good. So I slept until almost 10:30. I woke up at 10:26. And I felt fine. I didn't feel, I got some sleep. I got 5 hours, 5.5, so that wasn't bad. But I got up and I started to do my thing. I started the read, and then a bird hit the window at 11:33. The window right that you see the light coming in from. And usually if a bird hits that window, I don't see anything. They don't usually get hurt or anything like that. I don't usually see any bird afterward. But for some reason, I was wondering if this bird got hurt, so I got up to check, and he was on the deck out front. And so I was actually shuffling the Romance Angel cards, if you're interested. But I felt to check the bird, and he was down on the deck suffering. He was actually like on his feet and then falling off his feet, rolling on his back, like opening his beak more, like suffering, He was not doing well. I went outside to him. It was a gray bird with a long tail. And it was funny, the times that I was out there was between 11:33 and I came back in, it was 11:44. And all the minutes in between are going from 34, which is the 8 of Wands, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, 36 is when you need to put those burdens down, and then 37, 38, 39 are the King, Queen, and Knight and Page, 40 of Cups, which is all that love energy going into the 41 of the Ace of Cups, 42 is the 2 of Cups, and 43 the 3 of Cups, and then coming back in at the 44 of Cups, which is mastering, grounding, and integrating the experience. So that was very cool. But when I went out there, I just got down on my hands and knees, and then I was sitting on my knees in prayer position, and just connecting with the bird. I sent healing in prayer pose, brought in Sophia and Raphael. For me, I bring in the green light for physical healing and love. And I just kept saying to the bird, I'm not sure if it was a boy or a girl, that I love you and you are healed, over and over again, and bringing in Sophia and Raphael. And I told them I was honored to have that moment with them, and thank you, and I love them, and I'm sorry that they got hurt. And after about 10 minutes of this, which I told you was, his beak was open the whole first couple minutes. And he was rolling onto his back and then trying to get back up onto his feet, really struggling. But he stayed there, and he was locked eyes with me the whole time. So sweet. And then towards the end, another bird started talking. So it was funny because he would look up at the other bird, but then come right back at me and make eye contact. And when I would say certain things or change what I was saying, he would cock his head a little bit. It was so cute, he or she. But it took about 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. He had rolled over a couple times, and then I just watched him to see. I want to see how the process was working. I was trying to take his pain away, his or her pain away from them as well. But I was watching the calm as just locking eyes with them. The beak that was open for a while then finally closed, but kept the eyes locked with me. I closed my eyes, taking in their pain, praying that when I opened my eyes, they wouldn't be there anymore, because then he would have flown away. But the bird was still there, but then suddenly readjusted a few times when he hadn't moved at all for the first 7 minutes or 8 minutes. And then as he was readjusting themselves, dropped 2 baby feathers and then flew off to the tree. So it was very cool. And so when he flew, of course, the wings blew the feathers away, but I actually found one of them. And just, wow, it was just an amazing experience for me. So just starting off my day with such a beautiful experience. I cut the Syrian Starseed deck, which is the main deck for the read today, at 11:17, and then had that experience as I was doing the clarifying cards from 11:33 to 44. So all the numbers were right in line with that amazing experience. And the Lovers is the center of the read today, and upright. And guys, the 2 of Cups is upright, and we have the Lovers and the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the clarifying decks and the underlying energies. So we have them together The Two of Cups wasn't one of the main cards in the big read, but the Lovers was right in the middle. But we also have the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune there. There's some great cards there, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, and it really doesn't matter if they're reversed or upright, because you still have that energy there of that new beginning. So there was really amazing energies here in the read today. The day is the 16th, so it's the Tower energy of sudden events. So mine was a blessing this morning. And it's the 37 today of the King of Cups, though. So unconditional love and sudden events, epiphanies, sudden Tower moments. The 16 is a 7, so that is that calm before the storm energy of the 7. It's very powerful, quiet energy, though. The rewind energy that culminates to propel you forward, with that 37-1 now coming in of the masculine energy, the King of Cups in a loving way. The King of Cups in the Tower today. What beautiful energy. So the read was completed at 12:26 to 27, which is the Page of Wands and then the Ace of Wands, which the Page of Wands was upright in the underlying energy, but then was reversed in the read, and the Ace of Wands reversed too, but that was okay, because it's just about holding back the third energy. And the major arcana here were, like I said, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, or the Great Wheel in the Sirian Starseed deck. Alchemy was there, which is like the Temperance card. Ascension, which is the World. And then after the read, Reflection came up, which is the Hermit. There were 4 Pentacles, 1 Sword, 1 Cup, 1 Wand. So major Pentacles today, which doesn't just have to do with money. It has to do with your practical life as well. Money, time, energy, any of those kind of things. But it was a major emphasis on the practical side of life today. But all the other elements were represented with the Swords, the Cup, and 1 Wand, 1 each. So it's 4, 1, 1, 1. So emergent information needed. There were no court cards in the read except the 9 of Pentacles, which isn't really a court card, but it has to do with the Sovereign, which was upright today. And prior to the read, there was a Page of Swords, which was reversed today. And that was it for the court cards. The numbers today and the code line were all around individuality, surrender, patience, love partnership, and that's it. So love, partnership, patience, surrender, and individuality, being authentic to you. The numbers were on the code line were 3, 1, and 9, adding to 13, which is that total and complete transformation, the death card. So there can be death under that number, but it just has to do with change. And we had double 7s and triple 1s today. So all about those 1s and 7s again. We also had odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 were the numbers that came out in the cards today, along with 13, 35 is the Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands, 57, the 3 of Swords, and then 79, the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. And then 17, the Star also came up, and then lesser so was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first half of the cycle, so going into the new beginning. 14 is the Temperance card, and 47 is the 7 of Cups. And in the Sirian Starseed deck, it's very much about the stairway to heaven. So the code line about individuality, surrender, patience, love, partnership, and love in general was the Great Wheel definitely came up again. So the Wheel of Fortune, destiny, but that was reversed today, but it's only because we're still in slow motion. I believe it's the propulsion going into the Saturn direct coming up on the 18th. So here we are at the 16th. And the messages here, there's a couple different random things that were coming through here for you guys. So again, the faux or the false energy, to be able to discern through that. Southeast came up as well. Seth, the name Seth, and the Hermit, as well as the Magician came up as well. Also a faucet. I don't know if you're having issues with faucets, but I was getting like the faucets that, in a sink, they're normally 3 in 1, right? 3 parts, but it's 1 unit. The Hermit, which is also the 9, the wise one, the collective consciousness, and the Great Wheel, destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. slowed down. It was coming up as the beginning of the wheel was coming up from 3500 BC. 35 is the wounded warrior and can be very much Mary Magdalene energy. But getting the wheel going. Sophia came up for the masculine in the code line as well. And, you know, and being number one as far as being patient with his own feminine energy. SES came up as well, which was a satellite communication company, Synthesis Energy Systems. And also Bob Fosse came up in toggling up from the etheric realms coming to us. And also the Empress in relation to that. So he was married, I believe, only 3 times. I don't think he got married again after her. But he was born June 23rd, 27 to September 23rd, 87. So again, 23 came up for River Phoenix yesterday, and it's coming up again for Bob Fosse, and that's that King of Wands again. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Bob Fosse, he was a dancer, choreographer, and theater and film director. His second wife was coming up as having diabetes, which the test for diabetes also came up. So diabetes was a focus today in the read. So that was important. And also Bob Fosse is known for the jazz hands, you know, from all the plays that he did. Let's see here. But you can look up more information about him if you'd like. But the A1C came up, which is the diabetes test for your blood sugar. It's actually, and then 9 was coming up as well with that, and the actual code is H small b capital A capital I small c, and then it was coming up in a study as less than 9. So that was interesting because that exactly was in the code line. So Gwen Verdon was Bob Fosse's third wife, I believe. They separated after 10 years but never divorced due to his issues with infidelity, drugs, and alcohol. His second wife, Joan, had diabetes and had an MI, so they declined when she was having health issues. And then Gwen was the third wife, so she's probably the one people know best. And she said that he had grown up around strip clubs, so the sex thing was a big issue for him. He was just so enticed with it and then would feel guilty. So that was coming up as far as divine masculine energies. Also, the 3A1 came up as the ASG-CZ Scorpion EV03-A1 Airsoft Rifle. Not sure why. And a false set of 3, the Magician and the Hermit, in their destiny of clear skies. Again, the faucet came up with the 3 handles, 3 and 1. And I was also getting the wheel. They're connecting the wheel to the faucet. You wouldn't have any of these things if it weren't for the invention of the wheel. As well as skis were coming up with the wheel as well. And I'm getting the image of the ski pole because, you know, the ski pole stopper is like a wheel as well. But there's some kind of relationship there they wanted to bring up. So if anything comes up for you, let me know in the comments. 2 headings that came up. You're doing it even more wrong, like some people telling you that you're doing things wrong. And then the other heading was about wheels. Most of the headings that came up were about wheels. Wheels on a car have a diameter of 28 inches. 28 is the twin flames, the 2 of wands. So that's it for that stuff. The numbers, I gave you the 411. Yeah, okay. So again, the page of wands and the ace of wands came up in the time, along with 12, which is the hangman. And then as I turned the page to start the read formally, it was 111, and I was getting the whatever the words are, go round and round, round and round, round and round. So now I can't even think of it. But anyway, you know the song I'm thinking of. That was coming up there at 111. And then we start with Trinity, the 3 of Pentacles here, which was reversed. And these are the underlying energies here. So this is the Trinity, the 3 of Pentacles, or the 3 of Crystals in this deck. The 4 of Wands here, the Page of Orbs or Swords, and then the 2 of Orbs or Swords here, and then that 3 of Pentacles. So with issues at work, things not coming together, A third party or in need of a mediator at work, leaving a job or business, or moving, leaving a marriage, or issues with home, negative self-talk, slander, spying, and or the need to know more. Choosing the left, the new, the divine feminine, backed up by a messenger of truth, so the masculine coming in knowing he's got backup with him. The Page of Swords reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, not getting along, very imbalanced relationship at home and work. Or the Page of Swords is siding with the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Knight of Swords is siding with the divine masculine. Or a child or employee that behaves like a child is caught stealing or sneaking, spying, or manipulating. Queen of Cups reversed could be the Page of Swords reversed. They could be the same person. Or it could be the Queen of Cups reversed, manipulating and using a child to do their dirty work for them. And this is coming up as at the workplace. Or just someone pretending not to know. The Four of Wands reversed could be a move, an end of marriage, or a party that's over or canceled or delayed, or issues with, I was getting Sukkah coming up as well. The Queen of Swords speaks on the divine feminine's abandonment and destitution, and the Page of Pentacles reversed in need of help, opportunity, that both are out in the cold emotionally, complete and wrapping things up. Michael and Thoth were coming up here in a meeting about the sealed divine feminine and the fluff. The goose not getting schooled. The wheel slowing down for the R. And I was getting that wheel connection, like rolling down the river. So that wheel energy was coming up again here. But I was getting the R, which for me is the P with the connection on it. So P is for pie. Literally the circle with the line drawn through it, showing the centeredness of the masculine and feminine within the human body, and then connecting to others, the pi connection. The wheel is slowing down for the pi connection, for the masculine and feminine to come together, the lovers today. Gabriel is involved with communication and mediation, the infinity dance, tying up loose ends. Little angel bulls and lions opening books in the clouds, discussing things, as the dark side of the bull and lion, the older ones, exposed, trying to break the seal to the divine feminine or get into a gated community or a neighborhood, or now is locked out of a group or neighborhood that they wanted to get into or were and got kicked out. Stubbornness and pride just don't live here. Amongst baby toes, piggy toes, my toes, the divine feminine on their tippy toes, triggering the lion as lovers come together. And again, the lion can just represent ego. As the lovers come together, the divine masculine may be disoriented and the divine feminine floating in the outer realms. So you may feel a little disconnected, like just not sure where you feel you need to be at the moment. The lovers at work with mediation. So work, it doesn't have to be a workplace. It can just be coming together to co-create and deal with mediation or mediating coming together. But there's definitely workplace issues here. Okay, so unrequited love, it doesn't have to be work too. It can be any kind of place of co-creation, whether it's school or, even a gym, any place like that where people come together. So unrequited love comes up as the underlying energy, and beneath that was retreat. So it was like the masculine getting away for a bit to just think about his life and then coming back to deal with the unrequited love situation. Someone may have quit twice already, the relationship or work, healing, forgiving, frustrating, and lack of arousal for the King of Swords reversed, not being in his truth, that he's been holding back the truth and ready to pull Excalibur from the stone, but instead may offer a gold coin or a new life, or is just cold as ice in a split or a divide until he's offered what he's worth, possibly selling a business, holding back everything until he gets what he wants, or third party through work lover gives affection to the divine masculine no matter how much he lies, or in spite of him lying or holding back his truth or his passion. Or a marriage ceremony or church or award ceremonies has been canceled, affection offered and or a new life elsewhere from there. The unrequited love has been the divine masculine's love for himself or lack thereof. And that was at 140, which is the Magician and the Page of Cups. So, that's kind of the antithesis. The Magician is the master manipulator of energy, and then we have the Page of Cups, which is that purity of love. So, it's about alchemizing those two opposing energies within the masculine. The wounded warrior is telling his story, so he may be actually now coming out with, he's like so tired and worn down. He may be finally telling his story to a friend or to his twin or someone who's there to listen after kicked out or an unhappy family situation ended. Maybe he feels like he was just offered a bone, like give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home, and here we have rolling down the river again. Implementing a plan to purge through difficult situation and stress of juggling while trying to surprise someone at the same time, possibly make a meal. Dumping the crappy nightmare and going for it. Putting the dark room behind. No more cat in the mix. Letting go of codependency to be fresh and healthy and happy again. The aroma of sweet success and no mess to clean up from crazy parties or teens sneaking around with boyfriends and girlfriends, or just friends in general, and messing things up. Healthy, clear, clean, and green. Parenting is going away as the underlying energy, but it's 63, the suffering of or stress in dealing with being a parent. And underneath that was spirituality of 77, the sovereign. If you become sovereign in your authenticity, then everything tends to start, become easier, and realizing that you don't need to control things so much. You need to let them learn to control their own lives. Dumping the alcohol and or parties and already saving a lot of money. Starting over in love and not settling this time. Grounding, saving, and being moderate. Inspired, Page of Wands here is upright, to grow orange trees perhaps, or eat more fruit, or go to Florida perhaps, or a party, celebration, a Scorpio's birthday party with streamers, girls' night out, or dancers, kids dancing, or just the divine masculine inspired to come together with psychic connection to create calm waters, or allow his emotional cup to runneth over and ripple out to others with his soulmate, his twin flame partner. Careful about the next move, his next step 90 degrees or oblique, red or taupe, which checker or chessboard to discover, new floors to tile, joy to create. The 3 of Cups of love and happiness after the 4th cup has been dumped on a squirrel or sold online. Major connection outside or at place of co-creation. Unending bond of love worth exploring after unrequited love. No more back and forth, that is not love. A brand new life, opportunity to surprise and enjoy sensuality, aroma without stress, and can actually smell again because there's no more stress. So that's definitely coming up that someone was having smelling issues because they were so overstressed. Over-parenting is now done. It's being attributed to the solar plexus, right? Wanting to get credit for what the other person does, right? The parent taking credit for who the child is. But because you can now let go of the over-parenting, there's no more suffering. Focusing now for the masculine just on the sacral chakra and the throat, and maybe a little more of the third eye. And then we get into recently, the 9 of Pentacles, the sovereign, the emperor implementing a plan of awakening or an idea, now single and independent, or with sovereign female connection through work or place of co-creation. The foundation is the alchemy, the alchemization, the patience, grounding and saving and holding on loosely to the Queen of Swords, speaking the truth in one direction, and then being the Hermit or Virgo energy shedding light in another direction, clarifying the past and the affection that was always there. Centrally is the lovers, working calmly to align, to connect, to meet eye to eye, to be present, the gift of that actual moment. And that was at 2:12 to 2:13. 2:12 is the High Priestess and the Hangman, and then the High Priestess and the Death, the complete transformation. So hanging out in limbo and then creating the shift. As we turn the page, it shifts to 2:14, Valentine's Day. The High Priestess and the Temperance, the Angel, the Sagittarius energy. Patience and Angels or Sagittarius energy, challenged by destiny that's slow or in rewind position. The Knight of Wands reversed, falling short, in need of help, opportunity, money, or they're just two kids always wanting more or expecting abundant family to help them, or they are actually just staying with stable, abundant family while recovering some of their own issues or the start of the school year, while the Divine Masculine grieves loss, pain, regret, guilt, or shame of a poor decision or having made no decision and deliberating for so long, staying at the Y in the road, which is 3 directions, not just 2, because you can always go back as well, or 3 energies involved. So remember that the Y is actually 3 directions, and the Y is actually the middle of the Mercedes symbol, of the circle of the Mercedes, so very significant there. It took so long to release himself from his own prison. The patience of the sovereign holding back feelings, passions, the energy exchange in awakening, and trying to manage the third energy between them, and frustrations of the wounded warrior, and shedding light on victim mentality, to implement a wake-up call of or to the King of Pentacles to speak about it as well. So now the world is complete with patience and affection of lovers, alchemized and coming full circle, the world in his right hand, Leo or Divine Masculine taming his inner beast, not expressing feelings or delays in carrying a great burden, pushing their agenda on the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or trying to get her to get up and do something, takes a bulldozer to no one. So one bulldozer to another. In a painful ending, betrayal, feeling left for dead, only Bambi there to help. The devil, horny cowboy or Italian horn, Texan or dark man boy, or the Queen of Cups reversed, manipulative woman actually, who cries wolf, or Leo in despair, codependency, or Capricorn amidst crying, purging, manipulation, and extreme pain around him. The mature man feeling despair of his own imprisonment in his own house, or due to being ghosted by everyone in the family, due to sudden wealth or sudden death, and unexpected income coming in from that death, or the death of a devil, or the death of addictions, codependencies, and the struggle that went with them. There's an earth sign here reversed, or a water sign female reversed, both of them female. So one of them may have passed, or neither did, okay? So it just depends on your situation. Or a Capricorn passed and left one or both some money. So it's definitely a death and money situation, but it doesn't have to be that someone died. It could be a death of a situation where money came out of it. But someone has unexpected income they weren't expecting it. Okay, so Capricorn, Leo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra are the main signs there. Unhappy, insecure manipulator, moving or ending marriage, or big celebration to close out a cycle. Patient sovereign in delays of release, cutting through the crap of split and lies that they're now awakened to. Divorce or Taurus just reversed, or alternative relationship, spirituality, or thinking outside the box, or a break in commitment or contract, carrying a big load with an offer of love from a detox, or someone breaking patterns, or a Capricorn reversed, hermit offering love to Taurus reversed. Taurus may be divorcing in their awakening, and Capricorn hermit, wounded warrior, love connection with light, seeing synchronicities and implementing heaven in their eyes. And that was at 241, the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles were both upright today. So soon for the masculine is the Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Divine Feminine's heart. So in this deck for me, the Seven of Pentacles is the Divine Feminine's heart, the E-Tower, like Rapunzel, and then the Four of Crystals is the Divine Masculine's heart. So yesterday, his heart came up. I don't know if that was last night, if I presented that one. And then the Divine Feminine's heart comes up here. Implementing a plan at the E-Tower to heal and dreams come true, walking away and within when the truth between you gets too harsh. Coming clean to seal Divine Feminine to come full circle and wrap things up with a bow, an infinity bow. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as the Five of Swords, so he's still very much in that fear of coming forward. Standing adamantly in his truth, but some fear still looming, starting over after end of an emotional cycle, slow in the rewind of things, slow motion to really see the synchronicities and his guidance. Options that stand out and truly make him feel good. with sovereign and message of love from third party through the place of co-creation, now able to return that love to the sovereign, but still a little bit afraid. And or kids no longer at a work situation because they're back to school. Thank goodness, someone's saying. So keep an open mind. And honeymoon came up for the masculine. And in the separate to finances, career, and religious factors came up. And it doesn't have to be religion. It just has to do with differences. So it can be a different culture, different age, different religion, different, political views, whatever it is. It's about keeping an open mind and honeymoon. So there may be twins going away here. And also finances and career along with those differences. So alchemizing those differences as far as finances and career and how you can bring those different perspectives together. Around the divine masculine, or how he's seen, is that Ace of Pentacles, the diamond in the rough. The full moon, the King of Wands reversed, not talking to possibly Libra reversed, or tired at night and full moon, really drained, and jealousy of Libra or divorce situation, or injustice. Jealousy, insincerity, or refuse to give love, the Knight of Cups and King of Wands at a standoff in a divorce or injustice situation. And these could be brothers or partners as well who are not talking. They may actually have decided finally to just go their separate ways. But there's a new life here regardless, no matter whether they decide to get along or not. So these are people who are just not getting along, but there's a new life here in spite of that. So it's, they could definitely be going their separate ways. They're both turned in different directions. One's coming up as the Knight of Cups and could be Libra energy, and the other one's the King of Wands reversed, which is coming up as possible Cancer energy. So, or is a Cancer fire sign and Libra with water, starting a new life without each other. Juggling is very apparent here, the fear of it, and yet the anticipation of that new moment. Clear blocks, divine masculines of that stairway to heaven and not believing in that stuff. The King of Cups, unconditional love, and epiphanies of lovers and magic orgasm associated with Hieros Gamos. And rest and meditation in the 5D. The divine masculine needs to clear. I'm just getting cleaving, so I don't know if they're cleaving onto something or a cleaver. Oh, leave it to Beaver and the cleavers. That's coming up now too. But that non-belief in that foo-foo relationship or that 50s TV type family thing, which is not what this is, but it's to get past the rejection of the belief of unconditional love and that you can have a beautiful, amazing connection and life of love. So love and partnership are so significant for the masculine right here. The divine masculine offering help or a proposal to the wounded warrior who fell for their twin. Patience came up for the masculine, but even more so today, patience, surrender, and individuality. Even more so, there was domestic harmony, like getting everything in order so they feel calm and balanced, and the spiritual partnership between them. A date to heal, perhaps, and talk and choose a path to go on. We have Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius coming up, energies coming up here, but also there could be two King of Pentacles. So it could be twin brothers or father and son, or whoever are alike. It could be brothers, uncle and, nephew. But it's two King of Pentacles, which have come up before, but I was getting definitely there's two King of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Wands was coming up reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. So there could be twin brothers involved as well. A date to heal and talk and choose a path, holding back that third energy until the old life is completely wrapped up. The lovers announce via the King of Pentacles that he's been juggling, or whoever he's announcing for, he's been juggling or is going to perform with the wounded warrior, divine feminine, implementing a plan, the hermit with the light, over the third energy and frustration of the Queen of Wands reversed in moving or ending a marriage or a party. Resting or time away for the Queen of Wands reversed in a split or lies, or the Queen of Wands reversed may be moving with one child, so they're just really tired. Or it can be the Queen of Wands reversed with a younger sibling moving, or they're helping them move, but just really tired as well. Coming together, injured divine masculine in a long painful ending, betrayal, the Empress reversed fighting with Angel or Sagittarius, or fighting to become more patient, or literally this Empress reverse has passed away, and someone else exposing the dark night perhaps, the suffering and stress they went through, defenseless to the energies and attacks, finding peace in a bold move, or travel, or ascension, or literally a Cancer person who's now ends up on top. So they're possibly a celebration of life for this Empress reversed. Possibly Queen of Wands reversed, that's her mother, or other, of Sagittarius or Angel. The Sagittarius or Angel energy is coming up as the one who experienced great suffering and stress because of this Empress reversed, whether it was their mother or because she was their boss, or just someone who was very difficult to deal with. And if it was really someone really mean too, it could be someone they're celebrating because they're no longer there anymore because they were really mean. So there's several different situations there. So if that doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. Please don't take it that way, especially if someone who passed, was someone you really loved. So 308 comes up, the Empress and the Strength card. So there could be Leo in the Empress as well. And then we have, in that specific energy, we're getting Taurus reversed, but the other signs were all upright. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo, and Cancer, all here. So, the Empress reversed can very much be that negative Taurus energy, or just that they have passed, okay? In the side note here, there was just 2 cards, the High Priestess reversed and the Two of Swords. So that the secret is out. So someone's in there knowing about it, or no need to know now, or pretending not to know, or that someone's not using their intuition, so they think they need more information because they're not tuning in to themselves. Work issues, someone may have quit, fired, there may be a third party, strikes, negative talk, hearsay, gossip, slander, immature conversation, spying and juggling, or moving both home and workplace, or ending a marriage. Lovers alchemize harsh truth, reality of the situation for a new life. Sovereign lovers challenged by very slow going in implementing a plan to the stairway to heaven, to another world, a whole new world, completing cycle and getting ready to blast off. The hermit at home or beach to keep thoughts calm during the split or the lies that are now out. A big move at the end. Leaving work to be on his own to connect with psychic bond. Alchemy of lovers' worlds. The challenge being divine timing and the rewinds being slow. The fear of the divine feminine's heart of implementing the plan of a new life, that stairway to heaven, and holding back the sexual energy until the old life is completely moved out in order to ascend. So that was the read. So pretty beautiful. It's 3721. The whole new world. Very cool. I'm going to get really quickly to the other read because I don't want these to go too long. My iPad's having a truff time. Truffles may be coming up. Or truck. My iPad's having a hard time loading really long videos, so I'm going to try to keep it shorter. Otherwise, I'll have to split them up into 2. I may have to stop doing so many as well because it's really draining me. But all right, so there's the 12 cards, and I'm going to pull clarifiers. So we have 3 down there already. Don't mind me, I'm still in my PJs. And so we have the Syrian Star, not the Syrian Starseek. We have the Rider-Waite deck on the bottom. Then we have the Kipper deck here, and then we have the Thoth deck there. And Thoth definitely came up in the reading today. So, and then we have clarifiers, the 5th card down, and then we have 4, 3, 2, 1 at the top. They're all underlying energies for each column. We have fire, earth, air, water. So it starts with Aries here and ends Pisces here. Okay. So just going to shuffle some here for Aries, and we'll talk about the underlying energy for just a minute. And then we have some summarizing energies down here, which I'll get to at the end. So we have 2 of Cups here, so there's definitely an ending with the karmic partnerships. That's definitely being clarified here. But there's definitely new beginning here in the read as well. So there's disconnect here, or people not seeing eye to eye, and that can definitely be at a workplace or at home. Doesn't really matter. Then we have at the top of the water column the 10 of Pentacles reversed, which is an end of a family situation or an end of someone in the family or a loss of money, legacy, or just something practical, the support of the family. All right, so there's that disconnect of the 2 of Cups and the family. And then we have the King of Swords upright, which is the masculine and his truth. Okay, or somebody else, but it's in their truth. Could be a lawyer, a professional person, anyone like that. Could be an officer, someone out in the public eye as well, politics, but they're upright in their truth. And then next to them is juggling, doing the daily, can be as simple as that, or juggling different things, I'm not getting this stuff in a negative way, because everyone has to juggle to stay balanced in our daily lives. But it also can be performing, but he's in his truth. And then we have the death, the dark night. That could be Scorpio energy above the fire signs, because there's a complete transformation of a situation. So the death walk is coming in to the end of this because of the truth. Like it's bringing balance, the death, because there's transition or transformation that needs to happen, a big shift. I was going to say big shit. That could be too. Someone might be constipated. Sorry about that. All right. So for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? All right. We're going to start with Aries. So all the fire signs have the death card above. So either because they're dealing with a death that happened already, or they're dealing with dark night, going through the 4D murky crap, or it's just an ending to something. But it's good because it's a clean ending, right? But it took forever, but it's coming in now. So we have for Aries, the Magician reversed, the Pathway, and the Tower. So this is energy of mainly insecurities, but insecurities, you know, become manipulations, because that's how people react. But here's the pathway. Someone's insecure about going on path, which is okay. This is the shift. And then we have the Tower reversed. So it either already happened, this death circumstance, or they're still a little bit fearful, so they may be avoiding it still. But it is coming up as inevitable, because we have the death complete there. The Tower could just be that it's not as sudden or unexpected, but it's still kind of shocking to the system for this person. Okay, so let's see what else comes up. And 35 is the Mary Magdalene energy, the wounded warrior. So this could be just that, you know, usually the magician who's upright and just on, right, with their powers or their abilities, is just, you know, a little knocked off guard. It doesn't have to be, I'm not getting really awful energy here, right? I'm just getting, because of the situation, they may feel a little insecure and manipulative because of that. Or it could be because of someone's death as well, all right? Or it could be the one who passed away, becoming the magician in another world. All right, so why does Aries have these cards? Take a deep breath, you guys. It is September 16, 2019. We're doing this till the 17th as well. And that popped right up for Aries. All right, so being freed, released from the prison that they were in. So someone definitely may have passed away, and now they're released from the pain that they were in. Or this full transformation is someone getting out of their head, releasing themselves from their mental prison or actual prison. They could have left a job they felt imprisoned, a marriage they felt imprisoned, anything where they felt imprisoned, okay? This is a split, a divide, cutting through the crap, right? Getting to the heart of it. This is Aries. And the high priestess is reversed. So it's very much about secrets coming out that may have already happened. Or someone not using their intuition, right? There could be someone still lying because this is reversed. Or lied about this secret passion or the secret coming out. But because of this cutting through the crap and getting through the divide or the split here, everything's coming out, including the release from anxiety. So it's ultimately a good thing, even though it might be difficult to hear. All right, and then we have, this is the commitment to self. There may be, and this person may have been, you know, blinding themselves to what was really going on in the marriage. They probably knew, but they were choosing not to see it. Okay, but now they can't because it's exposed to everyone. And this could be Taurus and Pisces energy in connection with Aries as well. Okay. So getting through it. Then we have Leo here. All right, so we have the Emperor for Leo, which can be very Leo energy. Or it can be, you know, Aries energy as well. They could have Leo and Aries in their chart. But we have occupation here, or trying to sew your quilt together of your life. And here we have the Princess of Swords reversed, just like the Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so there could be negative news or no news at the Emperor's workplace, but this could be someone working for the Emperor, right, about a strike, or someone who just left who keeps coming back, or what's going to happen with them. But this has to do with the sneakiness around work. Someone lying or slander, sneaking, spying, any of that stuff that shouldn't be happening at work. So somebody might be getting fired there or got fired already. So let's see what comes up. Because we have the Death card. Okay, so why do we have that with the Emperor, the Page of Swords reversed, and the Occupation? Why? It could be the end of an occupation. You know, like the end of the war with Hitler, the end of the occupation. I'm getting that as well. So someone may have felt like they lived with Hitler, okay? Or worked with Hitler. So the end of the occupation, okay? Someone's moving out. This is, you know, healing, dreams come true, maybe working with healing water and sending out ripples to everyone else emotionally in issues at work or leaving work or third-party situation through workplace or any place of co-creation. This is dumping your burdens, quitting, confessing, whatever it is, but it's all coming up around work or practical place. Could be church, it could be school, anything like that. Okay, but this is great because this is dreams coming true and healing. Maybe becoming the star of work, so leaving the workplace because there's nowhere, you can't go any higher than this. So someone might want to leave while they're on top. Dumping their burdens. This could be retirement as well. Okay, so that's coming up for Leo. But there could also be someone that had to be let go, or you let go because they're tired of all the crap and immaturity at work, and that can be all that is with the Page of Swords reversed. Or just people behaving like children at work. All right, so and this person leaving to be more present in the moment. So like really changing the energy here. But that's overall is very positive, unless you're the Leo on the end of getting kicked out for lying or cheating or stealing or spying at work. But there's a death here, so it's complete transformation for somebody. Then we have Sagittarius, 6 of Pentacles reversed, a coffin, and indolence, which is like the 8 of Cups. Okay, so it's like that walking away within, like being still. And then we have coffin, which is very still. But that could be in the wake of things as well. It doesn't have to be a death. It can be in the aftermath of something else. It can just represent the wake. Or it can literally be a funeral service. I'm getting vampire energy as well. So energy vampires could be the end of that as well. Or awakening from the dead. You know, that the coffin's about to open or close for good. So we have an imbalance here, an unfair relationship, or debts to be paid. All right, so the energy stealing could be coming up here with the coffin for vampiring because it was an unfair situation where someone was totally draining the other person, or could have been so draining that somebody was so stressed out they passed away. Or just going, this could be just going within to a coffin. That could be going into a, what are they called? The air chambers. That could be that as well. I'm just blanking out. You know, for those of you who don't know me, I got hit by a car, so I have concussion issues. Sometimes it's very hard for me to recall even the easiest words, so please bear with me. So this could definitely be walking away and within, but feeling trapped in a coffin, right? And can't get out because how it's been, the unfairness of it all. So there's definitely death to this situation, or if someone passed away here, it's most connected to Sagittarius. If someone actually did pass away, I'm very sorry. It's just someone feeling, if it is a death, someone just feeling it's very unfair and needing to walk away and go within. And it can be just a death of a business, a death of a job, a relationship. It doesn't have to be an actual death. Okay, that's all coming up. Someone might be coming clean. There's been some funny business, sneakiness, half-truths, and someone needing to go within to ingest all of this or digest. Okay, someone who has been who's telling lies at work or in the relationship, or holding back or coming clean now, or someone who was blocked from communicating. They weren't allowed to. That they would have. It's like them looking back saying, well, we would have if we were allowed to, but we were cut off. So, okay. And this is like in the slowdown of things, the deliberation, the rewind, the planet's going retrograde, any of that kind of information to be able to see things more clearly so that when you go forward, you actually know, your own guidance. So maybe it was a slow death because someone still needed to see They need to learn some lessons still about being truthful with oneself and what it feels like to be rejected or very vulnerable. So this might have been, if it was someone who passed away, was a big boss and could be really mean or just really harsh, you know, not very feeling, not affectionate type person, maybe needed to learn what it meant, what it was like to be rejected, because that person may have rejected many people over their lifetime and maybe needed some time to be ill to learn to be rejected by others who no longer want to spend time with them, or to have people they never would have given the time of day to actually love them and take care of them. And that's a big lesson, including for my own parents, had to go through that kind of situation. All right, so now we have the earth signs. We have the moon reversed, the family room, it's empty, and then science, which is coming up as the Six of Swords, which is also finding peace. But it's about science here. So there's some deception here. Or this could be just in the early morning hours, you know, when no one's around, someone's doing some scientific research or work. Or this is working on the science of how to manifest people back into their life or manifest them to disappear. So there's some of those energies there. This is the performer up there, right? Learning how to juggle things and how to manipulate energy, perhaps. Could be very scientific. So this is Taurus. What else does Taurus have? Why do we have science there for Taurus? And there could be thought involved here. Being present in the moment and how to use those energies and holding back feelings, not expressing them all. Like learning to stay more present. That there's nothing out there. There's no outcome really out there. It's just all right here in the moment. It's saying coming back constantly to the moment. And here is feeling weak. Or just ego death, right? Letting go of the ego, that there really is nothing to achieve, just you to be. There's definitely a big message here, all right? And this is about starting over and not settling, being truly authentic for yourself, that there's no rush, there's nowhere to be. It's just about the journey and each moment. There's a big message coming through for Taurus there. Just it's all about juggling, but only doing what you love, you know, if you're entertained by it. If you're awakened by it, inspired, right? If it brings you light and joy, if it gives you a light bulb moment, that awakening, that epiphany, that you want to just spread the word because it excites you so much. So there's definitely that energy coming through for Taurus. That's really positive. All right, so for Virgo, we have that Ace of Wands reverse, which is how the read ended. It was actually on a positive note. But there's bad health coming up here, and then change is reversed. And this is the Two of Discs, so it's that juggling energy. That it never really ends. It's the Eight of the Snake in this card. So if someone has passed, it's a message to Virgo that we never really go away. We just change dimensions. But also it's a wake-up call to Virgo to take better care of their health. And this could just be depression or sadness and not wanting to get out of bed, but also codependency on your nursemaid or your partner being your nursemaid, or someone at work always taking care of all your little problems. This is breaking those patterns because it's upside down. Breaking the patterns of juggling, and you still have everything you have. Nothing's changed. It's just another perspective of breaking patterns and dropping the facade and doing your own work, not relying on other people to fix you. There's definitely that energy coming up. And this has to do with frustrations and creative blocks. You know, when you do this and rely on them, you're just blocking yourself from all this good juice that you could be having. But this is also about controlling your own third energy and not depending on other people for it, right? And this was coming up in the read, right? Holding back your third energy, your creative energy, your sexual energy, until it's time where both sides and families are cleared so you can really be together and go through that energy together of alchemization. So let's see what comes up with Virgo and why that energy is there. Why do we have the Two of Pentacles, which is at the top as well, but it's reversed here. And why is that? Let's see. Now, also bad health can be coming up because Virgo often works in health because that's what Virgo does. They're very much about physical health. and their own nutrition, that kind of stuff. So they may also just be working with other people and saying, don't do everything for the others, you know, give them a hand, but then make them do it themselves. And I was just getting, I don't know if the card flipped or not, but I don't see it there. All right, so this is coming up, starting over in love or whatever it is, the things that you love, and not settling this time, spreading the word, letting go to repair things and fix things up, not being afraid to spend a little money to do the things that you love because you're really inspired to get things going. This could be actually someone hitting a ball as well. Look, they're putting the ball up to be hit. This could be like skeet shooting too, I'm getting. But you notice there's 2 4s reversed around the page in the middle. And the 4 is stability. I'm just getting to like at the golf course. So just going to hit balls at the golf course. Could just be at the tee, you know, not on the field. But also could be miniature golf as well. Could be going to the range so you can hit some golf balls and the kids are playing miniature golf. But this is about, you know, just spending a little money. Not sticking to holding to what you have. But, you know, going out and trying new things. It doesn't have to be a big expense or a big emotional output. It can be something for everyone, just like at the golf course. And I'm sweating like crazy right now. There's masculine energy coming through here. And then we have the hermit needs to go out more. So it's about not staying in for the Virgos. For your health, make sure you get out and do things. Just don't stay home as much. It's time to go out. To be free. Take a leap with yourself to be inspired, or take a kid or a friend with you to inspire you. Someone who maybe takes someone out to make them feel better if they feel pushed to their emotional limits. I'm getting, though, this is, ooh, I'm hot. I'm getting, there's something I need to get here, but I'm not getting it right away. Whew. There is justice here in this push down, which I'd gotten in my Mary Magdalene Jesus read when I was on the plane last year, that there's a push down from the masculine to the feminine to meet them as they're coming up. So this may be that actual formal push down of emotional energy so that their energy meets up with the masculine coming back, right? So it's freeing themselves this way, like to redo the way they do things with kids and stuff at home, but then going forward with new inspiration, kind of like knowing what I have to do. Like, this is what I got to do to get justice. Sometimes I have to push down my own energy to become balanced again. This is truth and balance in the aftermath of sudden events, or to avoid the imbalance. Whew. Sorry about that. But really, for Virgo, it's very much about health and balance, okay? So then we have Capricorn, 5 of Wands, poverty, and this is interference reversed. And that's the 8 of Swords, so that's like release from prison. But here's the fight or the quest or the competition and feeling impoverished, whether it's money, emotions, spirituality. And then, no, but there's no interference here. It's like at least it's like one choosing to be here, right? On a quest for the impossible dream. There's no interference. At least there's no interference. At least I'm out of the prison. I'd rather be this than this, okay? This is the quest for freedom, for his pursuit of happiness, absolutely. This is Capricorn. So pursuing his own dream, his authenticity, the street dancer at the top if he needs to be, as long as he's free and happy and he can do what he wants to do. Capricorn, why do we have these cards for Capricorn? We got the 37 there. There are 2 for the King of Cups. To find his emotional happiness. I'm getting a lot of stress in my heart, and I'm getting a lot of sweating, which is, for me, masculine energy. So everyone take a deep breath and focus on sending love to your masculines, please. Okay, I hope you felt that. I did. All right, so we have the moon there. For Capricorn, the messenger of truth, or the Knight of Wands, could be the Knight in Shining Armor, or Knight of Swords, the Knight in Shining Armor. And then we have the Six of Wands reversed. This is like doing it under the radar. I'm not feeling like a failure really here, but it's just more doing it under the radar, coming in with the truth at night. Maybe when no one's looking or no one's paying attention, coming in at night, or at the full moon with the truth. And this is maybe why they're in poverty, because they rushed in with the truth at night when people were least expecting it, to turn their world around. Because this is feeling incomplete. This was feeling like a failure, like their world had been turned around until they, or this is someone coming in with the truth at the full moon and turning somebody else's world around. But it's really directing me in this direction. Having felt like this and coming out with their authenticity at night or the full moon, or to the false light, to the dogs, if they have to bark at the moon, so be it. I'm telling my truth. All right, so this was the King of Swords when he wasn't in his truth, and now coming out with it to the false light. Like, be damned with the false light. I will be in my truth if it's the last thing I do. And then he's out, this little boy, Oliver, impoverished. He doesn't care as long as he can be him. So that was really good energy, actually. Then we have Gemini with the King of Swords and his truth up top. As we continue here, the Eight of Wands upright, the mature man, and Dominion, which is like the Two of Wands. So it's that choice of path. So which is your Dominion? Expressing your feelings as a mature man in choosing a path. Tell people what you want. Now that you're in your truth, King of Swords, why does Gemini have all this energy there? The Two of Wands, the mature man, and expressing arrows of love, passion. Energetic exchange or heated exchange that I just had. So it might have been Gemini sending that. All right. That wants to come out. So someone's freedom is there. The Queen of Wands may have been freed from a situation as well. All right. This is gaining clarity and freedom at the same time. So everyone being freed. So this is coming up for Gemini, though. The battle is over because they have all the information they need now. They were just kept in the dark. Sorry. Okay. All right, so they're free. That's very positive energy for Gemini. The King of Swords in his truth. She's up right now. She's has everything she needs to know, which frees her. All right, from the battle. This was actually upside down. Sorry about that. That was like that. Okay. So frees her from a battle, possibly with a King of Pentacles reversed. And Empress reversed. Okay. So this could be the feminine, and then just freeing herself from a masculine and his mother, or a boss. All right, but they don't look like they were nice to her, or they're just upset by the whole situation, but she's happy to know now. Or it could represent the masculine and the feminine as well, and she just now knows the truth about what happened. This could be deliberations or poor judgment, poor decisions that were made between these two. All right, and not telling. There might even, and then there's happiness though here, or it could be someone's arrogance as well, but more happiness. It's because everyone's being released now. We're cutting through all the crap, even though there's splits and divides going on, and pulling the swords to do it. All this truth is coming out. Okay, the secrets are being put out there. All right, so Libra, we have the Ten of Cups reversed, which was in the read today. The family ending. The journey, so somebody might be moving after they end a family or emotional cycle. And then we have success reversed. So someone might feel like a failure in this. This is the Six of Discs. So this is the imbalance in a connection, relationship, or inequity in the situation. It wasn't fair. Right? So it could be monetary or in a practical way that someone had to leave. Like literally leave the area. So let's see why Libra has this energy. Why? I'm getting that leaving on a jet plane. Let's see. Why does the King of Swords have this for Libra? Okay, Libra has, again, who did these come up for? It was very positive. This has to do with dropping the burdens of a workplace situation and following their dreams, or just healing from the situation. This could be a third-party situation, work issues, or leaving work. But either way, burdens are being dropped and wishes are being fulfilled. So it's a win-win for everybody. Being present in the moment, because there's nothing there to be present to. Not expressing feelings or just holding them back, letting everybody work out their own crap and not taking on everybody else's burdens, okay? So it's ego death. Definitely starting over, no longer settling. All right, being in their truth. And then we have Aquarius has the Lovers. But this is great that because it was upright in the read for everyone, and then it was upright here for Aquarius. We're going into the age of Aquarius. So this not only represents Aquarius, but the energies we're going into as a whole. And then we have mature woman and failure here. All right, so she could be feeling like a failure. This is the 7 of discs, which for me is reaping reward. So I don't, maybe because the stillness is failure because you're not creating, you're not co-creating or expanding. So this deck, the thought deck, consider this failure, but it's really about reaping rewards also and being still for the moment. So she may feel like if she's not doing something that she's a failure, because that's the templating. But this is very positive. So we have the King of Swords, and this could be the King of Swords and his mother and the affection between them. So it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, or it can be a romantic relationship, and this person waiting, the failure and the unfairness in the waiting or reaping rewards, and the King of Swords is nowhere around them. So that could be that kind of feeling, but it can be someone other than a partner or a twin or a divine feminine as well. It can be a mother, boss, any of that type of situation, but there is affection here. Someone's reaping the rewards of the affection, probably of the King of Swords. Well, let's see what else is coming up. The King of Swords could be the Aquarius. And them reaping the rewards of their mother, who left their affection, was leaving them money if they passed away, or helping them by letting them stay at their house, or whatever it was, or helping them out financially. Or maybe someone feels like they're a failure if they don't, if they're not busy every minute of the day, because that's what their mother taught them. That can be that as well. So this is coming up for Aquarius, right? So changing that love or activity situation, no longer settling for what they don't want, spreading the word. And again, this is like being at the golf course again. So somebody might be at the golf course with Aquarius. Who was this? Was that Taurus, I think? I can't remember. Might have been Virgo. I think it was an earth sign. But anyway, Aquarius is related to that as well. Needing to come out. Oh, it is Virgo because it had to do with the health. So Aquarius too needs to get out more and take care of their health. It's about loving yourself too here for Aquarius. The Lovers is about loving yourself. Loving yourself means taking care of your health as well. And not feeling like a failure when you're still, because you need rest. That's part of taking care of your health. Then we have Cancer. Cancer has the 10 of Wands reversed, which is great. Dropping the burdens or confessing or just hurting yourself because you didn't do that. But here's great fortune in releasing. And here's fortune again. Wow. Cancer got like a double whammy of fortune here. When you release all the burdens, look what comes in for Cancer. That's wow. Wow, wow, wow. And it's like leaving the family behind because there's the 10 of Pentacles at the top of the water column. So in detaching from the people who no longer serve or don't love you for who you really are, that is where your fortune comes in dropping your burdens, confessing to others. And that could just be them dealing with it and not ready to accept it. But because you came out and you were your true self and let things go that don't serve you, you have this tremendous amount of fortune coming in, Cancer. Let's see what else is coming up for Cancer. Cancer, why does Cancer have the 2 fortune cards there? All right, so whoever's receiving the fortune is sad because they may have received it from the end of someone's life. Or detaching completely from a family because they don't believe in what you believe in. So either way, it's a very difficult ending because of death of the connection to the family. So someone dealing with the grief of that. A negative past, a negative childhood, right? Anything they had to deal with in the past possibly with this person, or this is Cancer. This is their childhood and their sorrow from their childhood or past life, or siblings or friends from childhood, or the past returning and dealing with the guilt of the twin connection and what's gone on between you. It could be that as well. Okay? And this very much can be Cancer energy as well as that. All right, and then we have the Devil here. So that can just be a Capricorn person who left you the money. And maybe they weren't the greatest person in the world. Maybe they got their money by illegal or immoral means. So maybe not necessarily happy to receive the money that they left you. That could be as well. But this person, or this is just a Capricorn who's offering you love. And this person may feel guilt or just deep sorrow about losing the person. Okay? Heartbroken. Okay? Now let's go on to... It could be like ending a marriage too, like they would have rather stayed in the marriage than got the money, because I know someone who definitely had that situation as well. Queen of Pentacles reversed here, sudden wealth, and then Prince of Discs, which is like the Page of Pentacles. So she's reversed, so she could, at minimum, she's just not herself today or ungrounded. At maximum, she's a very greedy person. That's all she cares about is sudden wealth. Okay? So someone might not be comfortable with sudden wealth, or they're all about it in a negative way. And this is the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a child or her own opportunity coming in because of the wealth. And this is very connected to that top card because we have all those pentacles from the family. So it's very much family, and that's Scorpio. All right, let's see what came up for Scorpio. Oh, this came up for Scorpio, and then we have this too. So someone's suddenly wealthy and happy, maybe a little uncomfortable, but really happy. They're released from their prison, whether they got an inheritance or a new job. Or someone gave them money to help them out. There's sudden wealth. Is that what it says? Yeah, sudden wealth comes in. It doesn't have to be money either. It can be sudden wealth of happiness or spirituality. All right, in a division, a split, cutting through the crap. Pulling the sword, Excalibur, because the secret's out. So someone was released from whatever it was, whether it was receiving that emotional happiness or receiving money helped you become happy, but there's definitely commitments here. So the secret's out about a Taurus, Pisces, or a commitment. Okay, maybe someone's going to get married. They're no longer single. So, or planning to take someone off the market here as well, that the secret's out, that now that they can do that. And again, Scorpio may be involved with what we just dealt with Cancer, because there's some sadness here as well. So then we have the last one, Pisces. Let's get through this. The Hangman and Despair and the Fool reversed, which could be just falling for someone, but he's in despair. So this book is someone in despair about doing something foolish, or messed up, fell from grace in an awakening, or because of their big head, or because of a stupid idea they had, is them talking, not me. Okay? But that's energy. A foolish mistake, or foolishly ignored that awakening issue, but has to do with their connection to the family, because the family legacy or money is up top there, reversed. And this flipped over. See? Actually, two cards flipped. Hold on. I can get that again. So that's the King of Wands reversed, so I don't get it the wrong way up. Okay, so these two came out. This is for Pisces. In despair, feeling a fool, or maybe they were worried about looking like a fool if they came out in their awakening, or feeling like a fool because no one in the family believes them, so they do feel like a fool. The King of Wands reversed. Third party, gossip, or overindulgences, feeling antisocial because he's really tired, or partying too much, and he could be in a pissed off mood here. Oh, this is turned around too. So again, we have the Hangman awakened. All right, so this is either big head or awakening, or someone who's been over-radiated, so is sick because they got too much radiation or chemotherapy. Has to do with the fall of a family, though. So disconnecting from a family who just doesn't agree with you, or a loss of big money as well. And whose bad idea was this? I'm just getting that from a family member. Or just overindulging. Someone's got addictions that cause this. Suffering, up nights, stressed about an awakening or an idea or their big head, an ego. And this is definitely about the twin stuff, you know, seeing all the synchronicities and the family didn't believe them. So this disconnect or loss of money, like I said. So someone's getting blamed for all of that. So we have the King of Wands over here connected to this. So it could be the transformation of this person from here to here as well, not caring anymore and going into bliss. So that's Pisces. This could definitely be Pisces, the King of Cups. So Pisces might have had to deal with the King of Wands reversed as well, and a group. They didn't, like, it's two sides here, right? It's like the coloring. It's like this is one side and this is the other side. So someone did something stupid or fell for someone and other people don't agree with them on that, or the family can't accept them for that, or they lost money and it was somebody's stupid idea, right? But there's definitely beautiful energy with the King of Cups here coming out with the Four of Wands, ultimately. All right, so the worst is over. They're in bliss state now. So it's coming, Pisces. Okay? And that's interesting because we end up with the Ten of Pentacles reversed on the bottom there. So let's see what else is coming up. All right, so with Scorpio too, we had the Page of Pentacles, and there's the other Pentacle. All these were up here. So may have been a disconnect from the family for sure. Or someone juggling too much, thought they could bit off more they could chew with an opportunity, and because of it, it was the downfall of the family. All right, so there's a lot of different situations there. That was the underlying energy. We also had underlying energy from the Kipper deck of the Courthouse, which I want to show you more. The Hierophant's here, which just has to do with commitment. So it could just be commitment to self, marriage, any kind of commitment, or the old way of doing things, the patriarchy, and thus the fall of the family. But I'm losing my voice too, because there's definitely patriarchy, masculine energies coming up here. Courthouse having to do with a child, so whether it's custody issues or a child suing to be independent or get their license. But there's definitely someone who's become independent here. They've left the family, so it could definitely be a child leaving the family. Okay, and happy about it. This can also be the feminine inner child and the masculine inner child, finding their own inner child again and their independence, and look how happy they are as they come together. Okay, so it could be some good news, and he looks like McDreamy. So there's a courthouse there, City Hall, so it could be divorces, but also marriages coming up. But there's also unexpected income for the one who left and was impoverished, so comes into, and also could be a judgment in his favor. All right, so you see that energy. There's definitely change going on there. And then over here, I usually just pull one card from each deck, but I felt the need to clarify more because death came up again here for everyone. But it was around the Ace of Wands reversed and Lovers reversed. So this is definitely a split of a love relationship. All right, that's death. Then we had these. I pulled more than one because we just had high honor there, so I wanted to get more than that since it was for everyone. This could be, you know, a 3-gun salute or something like that. But there's imprisonment of high honor. So someone who's in the public eye or gets an award, someone may feel imprisoned by getting the attention because of people who are thieves, right? Or it could be someone in politics or police or government type thing who's not honest. And someone who has expectations of them. And the concern of this person. And this is like someone saying, you know, what have I done? Like he may have created a monster or created a situation that could now harm this person, and now he's worried about it. Well, however you take those cards, it's for everybody, okay? And then we have these last cards. So this would be under fire signs. So this would be that deliberation, bad decisions, right? And feeling all that energy in a death situation. That's why there might have been a deliberation because of a death, may have delayed things. And then we have feeling defenseless to either the energies coming at you or literal people coming at you and attacking you, questioning, you standing up for yourself. But when this energy comes up, it needs to be where you no longer care what they think because you're so sure of who you are, no longer deliberating, okay? And then we have this as that end of the work situation or place of co-creation where there's issues at work, someone's leaving the job or quit or fired or third party situation, gossip, all that kind of stuff comes up there. And then the truth comes out of this though, which is good because this could be attacks at work because someone didn't make a decision or they were deliberating too long. And so all this crap started coming up and then the truth finally comes out. And then we have people getting over it now because now they know, they go, okay. And they get over themselves. And then he can go back to not being reversed anymore. All right. So I'm going to get going so it doesn't go too long today, but make sure you drink your water, get your rest, take care of your health. Be joyful, go outside and play, and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.